For the mayor's report, I've asked for a few minutes of personal privilege to reflect on the passage of one of our long-term Samamish citizens and a very close personal friend of mine, Jim Kahn. Oh. And Lita. Jim was a neighbor of ours, and for years, while walking our dog in the morning, I would drop in on Jim and his wife, Rosemary, for a half hour or so for what we call our seminar. Jim grew up on Long Island. He attended prep school there and then graduated from Princeton with a history degree back in the 1940s. His early career was with the family clothing firm, and his subsequent working life was spent in marketing and sales. He retired in the Pacific Northwest, and then he went back to his first love, history, and earned his master's degree at the University of Washington. His passion for history was all-consuming, and in his late 80s, he was working on a biography of a former chairman of the UW History Department, W. Stoll Holt. And this W. Stoll Holt was a veteran of World War I and World War II. Fascinating story.
Back-to-back champions.
Yeah, a synopsis of his work was published in an award-winning article in the University of Washington Alumni Magazine in 2013, and this is it here. And I think we have some column magazine, and go through the figures. Go through them. I just show you that it was an awesome article, and that's why it won some awards. And this was in his late 80s. He did this and he was working on the biography. And our morning seminars would either be lectures on history by Jim or lectures on science by me, or we might read a book of mutual interest. One time we even read a novel, Deadline Man, by the Seattle Times business columnist John Talton. I think you probably read some of his columns. Jim was an extraordinary individual with an incredible memory of facts in all fields. I often tested his talent by asking him such questions as, who was the first baseman for the Milwaukee Braves when they beat the Yankees in the World Series in 1957? He knew it. Once I asked him, who was the first person to break the 4-minute mile? He answered, that's easy, Roger Bannister, who was a personal friend of mine, whom I first met back at Princeton when he was on a competition trip to the United States. Jim was also very interested in the evolving city of Samamish and acted as a sounding board for me on many issues affecting the city. He was a founding member of the Association for the Protection of the Pine Lake Environment, acronym APPLE, and actively participated in various political campaigns. This unique man will be dearly missed by friends and family. Thank you. And with that, we're adjourned.